just from a standpoint of fatherhood for you guys that are fathers. And I'm excited for this journey, for this mission. But I'm also saddened by the fact and the state that, as a society that we're in, that so many of our young men are abandoning their responsibilities as fathers. When is the right time to start having those conversations to help?
When he's a baby.
You know, to help understand how to deal with that and how real that is. But even more importantly, I have to make sure I'm coping with and dealing with those same issues appropriately myself to be able to properly pour into him. So how would you guys respond to that? One, how do you deal with them? How should we deal with them? And then when is the right time to engage that conversation with our sons and daughters?
For my son, what I'm teaching him is to look for a lady. Respect yourself, respect your decisions, be a man at all times.
Right.
I'm teaching him not to look for comfort from his friends, because your homies get you in trouble. It's about the number of women you can sleep with. I believe I can pull her, I believe I can get her, so you go to a club looking for a floozy. Floozy's been around for forever. My thing is, don't you choose a floozy. Every time you lay down with a woman, it's a 50-50 chance you're gonna make a child. If she's not good enough to have your seed, don't give it to her.
At some point of your son's life, he's gonna want to get his man.
Yeah.
Best thing you could possibly do, my advice to you, is teach him protection. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna build
Versus abstinence.
You can try. You're not gonna build a fence around it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Should he do? If you do,
So
if
you don't believe in abstinence?
I'm just keeping it real.
Okay, no,
All
fair
right,
enough.
I'm keeping it real.
Fair
All right.
enough. Yeah.
If you want to go that route, that's your choice. All right. But I would suggest teaching him protection,
Right.
because if he's tempted, like we all were, he's gonna want to get his man. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You could give him a little bit of both, perhaps. You know, I would prefer you not do this, son. However, you know, if you do decide to go that route, this is what you need to do to protect yourself.
What kind of ambiguous double message are we sending when we say, here's a condom, but you know what, if you don't want to, keep it.
At some point in time in your son's life, he's gonna get approached. And he's gonna have to make a choice, okay?
Correct.
Now, you could instill, what's that? You can instill in him, you know, abstinence and, you know, the whole 9 yards, okay? That natural curiosity is going to be so, you know, so strong. You see what I'm saying? This is why I'm saying you can teach him abstinence all day long, but should there be a time when curiosity, you know, it becomes, you know, overpowers that, you need to arm him. You see what I'm saying? You can't send him out there naked. Listen again. You gotta do both. You can't be naive. Let's not be naive. Let's not be naive.
Hold up, I want to hear. I'm gonna let my man.
Okay.
There's a couple of things that you've said and has gone here that I think tie this all together. And it's the authority in the home, which we talked about a couple of times. You have to live the life in front of your children that you want them to emulate. You have to give them the reasoning behind the things that you're telling them to do. Part of that reasoning is is your belief base, but part of that reasoning also is the consequence. And we have the scriptural examples of the consequences, but we also have the real world examples of the consequences. And so in arming them with the consequences, you have to give them a means of dealing with that. So you have to tell them the whole truth.
Right.
The whole truth. It's not just
Tell you how the story.
you don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. It's why you don't do this. It's what happens if you choose to do this, because no matter how much you tell them, no matter how many examples you give them, biblical and real world, it still all comes down to choice. They're always going to have that choice. So you are not going to be with them when they hit that fork in the road. And they're going to hear all the voices that you gave them. They said, son, don't do this. If you do this, here's the consequence. You need to give him that other voice. He's still going to make that choice. He's at that fork in the road. If I go this way, this is the way my daddy said I should go. But if I choose not to, if he chooses that road, what should he do then? And that's his point. If he makes that other choice, what should he do then?